let's talk about the second data set, important data set you guys should be, finance major should use a lot, which is patents. What is patents? Patents is the it's a protection for your intellectual property. So, you know, whenever you design something new, you want to file a patent to protect the intellectual property. So this is about technology, protect the technology. So where you can get the patent data. So you can get the patent data from the United States Patent Trademark Office data. So everything, all the patent information is there. And also you can get it from Google. Google kind of also gathered the patent data from the US Patent and Trademark Office. And you also can get from Harvard. Harvard, I think they organize the data, patent data as well. So you can easily get the patent data online. It's publicly accessible from the three sources. So again, we follow the structure. What's the structure of patent data? What's the data used for? And the methodology. We don't talk too much about the methodology because methodology we talked about earlier or in a previous session. So today we are focused on the structure and how we use the data for different research questions. So so what do you have? What do you have about patent? About the patents, what you have is several things. For each patent, you have the abstract and title. So basically, this is the introduction of the patent. What if the patent is about technology? What's the technology about? What the technology can do? So this is a textual data. You can use textual analysis to analyze patents using the abstract. And we have citations. Citations is how many people actually cite the patents. And the more citation, that means the patent is more useful, more powerful. If no one cites the patents, it's useless patent, right? And let's classification. So what is classification? Classification is you classify patents into different categories. You can classify this is AI patents. You can classify this is big data patents. You can classify this is bioengineering patents. You can classify patents based on different type of technology. And you can see the examiners who kind of review the patent, who actually granted the patent applications. You can have the inventors, who invented the patents. If I invent the patents, then I invented the patents. That my name is there. So, and what's the maintenance fee? Is the fee you have to pay to maintain the patents. So we also have variables called the market reaction to patents. What does that mean? When the patents announcement is when there's announcement of the patents, there's a market reaction to that patents when the firm announced the patent. So why we need that market reaction? The higher the market reaction, we believe there's a higher value of the patent. So for example, if Microsoft announced they have a patent granted by the US government, if the market reaction is 0, that means what? The patent is useless. But if it's a high market reaction to that patent announcement, that patent value is high. So this is something to proxy the patent value. And another thing you can proxy the patent value is the citation, right? The higher the citation, that means the higher the patent value. Does it make sense? You don't, if no one cites the patent, that means, you know, no one is using them. No one is using them. So this is the structure of the patents. I want to talk about the important stuff. So the abstract and the title, these are the textual data. You can use the textual analysis to understand more information about patents. Citation is about the value of the patent. Classification is about which technology is about. It's about the types of the patent. And the inventors is who invented. And also market reaction is also about the patent value. So going back to my other question, what do you use this patent for? You can use the patent to measure the company's innovation activity. For example, if you see Microsoft has a lot of high value patent, that means the Microsoft is doing well in the technology development. If you see Tesla has a lot of patents, and also the patent has high value, that means that Tesla is doing well in development. You can see the United States in the past years, what drives the stock market? Technology. The Nasdaq, the index is going up rocket high. That's because the technology is driving the US stock market. So how do you understand why some firms has good technology, some firms has bad technology? How do you get the information? How do you get the information? Analyze the patterns. Analyze the patterns of the Tesla. You can see whether Tesla can come up with another fancy car in the next 2 years. Analyze the patterns of Microsoft. You can see Microsoft will come up with a wonderful operating systems you can use. Analyze the patterns of the Apple. You can see whether you can have a new Apple Watch in the future. So this is the information you can use data analytics to measure the firm's innovation activities, to measure how advanced the firms in terms of technology. Why you need to understand technology? Because if you understand the firm's technology, you can understand the firm's future performance. Like I said, the U.S. market, the stock market, is driven a lot by the technology. If you understand the technology, you can see where is the market going. You can see the future performance of the market and the future performance of the firm. So that's why the pattern data is critically important for finance and accounting major. You need to understand the value of the pattern. You need to understand the firm's innovation activities. You can forecast the firm's future performance. That's about the pattern, the data structure of the pattern. That's the structure of the patterns, and also that's the structure of the patterns, and also we also talk about that's the structure of patterns, and we also talk about how to use the patterns to what for is for to measure innovation, is to measure to understand the firm future performance. So let's see some pattern examples. So this is a pattern examples. So the green bird is someone it's an inventor. Invented the patent. The patent number is US this is patent number. So date of the patent is 2011 August 16. Okay, then you can see that the inventor is Greenberg. He's from Los Angeles, and Kelly, we have someone from Canada, Arab, and the patent is assigned to the second signed medical producers. It means these guys they possibly work for the company. Since they work for the company, so they sign the patent to the medical products for the company. And there's notice and there's numbers. They filed 2007 and granted they filed 2007, but application is 2006, and this granted 2011. So it takes 4 years to prove the patent. You can see that from the initially they file a patent until the U.S. government approve a patent takes 4 years. It's quite a long. You can see that's quite a long time for them from the filing date to the approving date. And then also have some information here. They also have some information here about the inventors, and they also have some foreign patent documentation and other citations, other publications. This is the most important. Examiners. What does examiners? Examiners are the government who review the patent, approve them. So basically, the Carl and Luther review the patent application and approve them for the patent numbers. So the most important is what's this abstract. Abstract describe what's the patent for. I didn't have the abstract here. Let me see. Yeah, I didn't put the abstract here, but the abstract describe the patents, describe what's the patent. This is textual analysis you can do by using the textual data of the patent. So basically you can use the textual data, abstract information to see the patents is how much impactful is the patents for what for, how much technology advancement it has in a patent. So I think the abstract is something you guys can look into. So this is the typical patent data. This is your patent data. And one thing I want you guys to be aware is the data is unstructured, right? This is very difficult to analyze. So what we do is you have to convert the unstructured data to structured. So basically you extract the information here you extract all the information here and make it a structure like this. This is your project 5. I said in the project 5, you guys what doing is to make unstructured data structured. So basically, you can use the regular expression. You can extract all the inventory information and make the unstructured data you see in the picture become the structure like this. So this is basically project 5. If you can do project 5, and you can do this. So basically, if you can pass the annual report from unstructured format to structured format, you can also pass in the pattern data from unstructured format to the structured format. That's what you guys can do using the Python and project 5. So let's look at another example. This is earlier 1998, another patent. So this is the Oliver. Oliver is the author. So you can see that this is about the plant gene expression. So it's about the biological pattern. So inventor is the Oliver from the it's about four person. Okay, four people is also, and it's assigned to different companies. To sign Delta and the Pine Land companies. So this is assigning, and you have the numbers. They filed in 1995. When is approved? 1998. 3 years. 3 years to approve the patent data. It takes a long time, right? You guys see, if you guys invent a patent, it takes a kind of 2 to 4 years to approve it. So this is a related application data. This is when they apply the patent, they have the international field of research and the referee citation and blah 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 blah. And this is the examiners. Examiners is Douglas Robinson and Thomas Hess. So these guys proved the patent, approved, make sure this is the original information. And this is what I want to point out. This is the most important one, is the abstract. The abstract, you guys can do the text analysis to do the abstract. And from the abstract, you can obtain a lot of good information about the patent. So basically, if you really want to understand the Tesla's patent, you have to go to the abstract, do a text analysis on that. And if you want to understand Apple Watch, you have to go to the Apple Watch patent to understand the abstract of the patent watch. So this is about the patent data. It's about the patent data. So about the patent. So what do we have here? Is just to summarize 2 things. You want to know the structure of the patent data. This is the structure of the patent data. And you want to know what the patent data should be used for. The patent data can be used for to measure the firm innovation activities, to measure the future performance. Like I said, if you want to really get a nice Apple Watch, how do? You can look at the Apple Watch patent, and you can see whether Apple can come up with a nicer watch in 2 years. That's when you analyze the patent data, you can understand the firm's technology advantage. That's what you do, and by understanding the firm's technology advantage, you can understand the firm future performance. So this is about the patent data, and we also talk about this is original format. It's unstructured. When you analyze data, you can make the unstructured data too structured. You don't have to do so because Google has done that for you. Okay, Google has done that for you. Harvard has done that for you. So there's a lot of nice guys. They have converted unstructured data into structured format. They have done that. Okay, but one thing has not been done is the abstract. The abstract you have to analyze abstract on your own. You have to do your own textual analysis on your own. So basically what I'm saying is a lot of good guys help us to convert unstructured data to structured already, but there's something else you have to do on your own is the textual analysis on abstract. Same thing here. These are all the unstructured data has been converted to structures, but the abstract, how can you get the important information from the abstract textual information? You have to work on your own. So this is the idea. This is about the idea about the pattern. This is about data structure of the pattern. You can see this data structure. We have the unstructured data, we have the structured data. So you understand both unstructured data and the data structured data of the data pattern. That's number one. You understand how we use the data. We use data to measure innovation and future performance. And then you understand each variables. You understand each of the important variables, what information you can get. And in the future, you guys can do to analyze more on abstract. That's yeah, that's